Welcome to CBSE English Tutorial, a visual guide.
Hey everyone! Alright, let's talk about something super important for your Class 12 English exam, report writing. Now I know it seems straightforward, but getting it just right is what separates a good score from a great one. So let's dive in and master this thing.
You see that 5-mark question on the exam paper and you think, awesome, easy points, right? But, it can also be a total trap where tiny little mistakes can make those marks disappear. So how do you make sure you bag every single one of those points? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
So before we jump into all the different formats and all the nitty-gritty details, let's just take a step back and ask a really basic question. What even is a report? What is the examiner actually looking for?
Okay, so here's the deal. A report is not the place for your amazing creative writing skills or your personal opinions. Think of it this way. Your only job is to present the facts. The 3 magic words you gotta remember are factual, formal, and objective. You're like a neutral camera, just recording what happened. Now, it doesn't matter if you're writing for your school magazine or pretending you're a reporter for a big newspaper. There are 3, let's call them golden rules, that are the foundation for any good report. If you can get these down, you're already halfway to a perfect score.
Rule number 1, and this is the big one, just the facts. Seriously, no personal opinions, no flowery descriptions you made up, and definitely don't try to draw your own conclusions about what it all means. You're just reporting what happened, pure and simple.
Okay, rule number 2. This might sound super obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people mess this up. Reports are always about things that have already happened. That means your entire report has to be written in the past tense. Things like reported speech and passive voice, they're your best friends here, because they help you describe everything without making it about you.
And rule number 3 is a simple one to remember. There is no I in report. You got to write in the third person. So no I saw this or we felt that. Why? Because it keeps it objective. It keeps the focus on the event itself, not on the person writing about it.
All right, so we've got our foundation, the 3 golden rules. Now let's get into the main event, the 2 types of reports you'll probably face in your exam. They look kind of similar, but they're for different audiences, which changes a few really important things. Let's check it out.
So let's break this down. A magazine report, that's for your school community, students, teachers, parents, right? It's about an internal event, so the tone can be a little less stiff, maybe a bit more descriptive. But a newspaper report, that's for everybody. It's for the public. It's about something bigger, so it has to be super formal and straight to the point. It all comes down to who you're writing for.
Okay, time to get practical. Let's decode the format, starting with the magazine report. This is the one you'd likely write for an event at your school, like an annual day or a sports meet. The format is your key to getting marks, so let's walk through it.
It's actually a really logical flow. First, you need a catchy heading, right in the center. Then your byline, that's just your name, class, and section. Your first paragraph is your essential info dump, the 5 W's. What, when, where, why, and who was the chief guest. Easy. Paragraph 2 just describes what happened, from start to finish, and you wrap it all up in the 3rd paragraph with highlights like a speech quote and the vote of thanks. Simple.
Okay, you've got the magazine report down. Now let's switch over to the newspaper report. The blueprint is similar, but there are a few tiny details that are absolutely critical to get right if you want full marks.
Okay, pay close attention to what's different here. Your byline needs a title, like staff reporter. And this is a big one. You have to put the place and date before you even start the first paragraph. The content's a bit different too. Paragraph 1 expands on that headline. Paragraph 2 goes deeper, maybe with quotes from people who were there. And the last paragraph is all about the aftermath. What are the authorities doing about it?
So, we've gone through all the rules, all the formats, but how does this actually help you get marks in the exam? Let's connect what we've learned directly to how the official CBSE marking scheme breaks it down.
Okay, check this out. 1 full mark, a whole mark, is just for getting the format right. That's your headline, your byline, the date. That is the easiest mark you will get all day. Another mark
is for how you organize your ideas. Basically, does it flow logically? The actual content is worth 2 marks, and then you've got 1 for your spelling and grammar. You see? The structure is literally half the battle. And that's how you get to 5. It's not magic, it's just about following a system. If you use this structured approach, you're basically giving the examiner a checklist and letting them tick every single box. Every one of these 5 marks is totally achievable.
All right, let's do a quick recap. These are the things you absolutely have to remember. Number 1, facts only, no opinions. 2, past tense, third person, always. 3, know who you're writing for, school magazine or newspaper. 4, nail that format. It's a free mark, seriously. And 5, make sure you answer the essential questions. The what, where, when, who, why, and how. That's it. That's your game plan.
And hey, just one last thing to think about. This skill, it's not just for your exam. In a world that's just full of noise and opinions and hot takes, being able to clearly and factually state what happened, that's kind of a superpower. It really is. So think about that. Okay, good luck. You've got this.
Welcome to this visual guide on mastering report writing for Class 12. In this presentation, we will learn how to structure, format, and write a high-scoring report in exams. We will explore 3 important stages of report writing: the introduction and context, the body with formatting and evidence, and finally, the conclusion with recommendations. What is a report? A report is a brief account of an event that has already taken place. Its main purpose is to inform readers clearly and factually about what happened. A good report usually contains 3 elements. First, it records important events or activities. Second, it provides first-hand factual information about the incident. And third, it may include the writer's observations or perspective about the event. Together, these elements help readers understand the event in a structured and meaningful way. Basic structure of a report. Every well-written report follows a 3-part structural blueprint. The first part is the title. The title should be short, clear, and directly related to the topic of the report. The second part is the byline, which tells the reader who wrote the report and adds authenticity. The third part contains the place, date, and the body of the report. This section provides the detailed account of the event. Following this structure helps maintain clarity and organization in your writing. The body of the report. The body of a report is usually written in 3 clear steps. Step 1 is the introduction. Here you briefly explain what the report is about and answer the basic questions: what happened, when it happened, and where it happened. Step 2 is the details section. This is the main part of the report where you describe the event using important facts, statistics, or observations. Step 3 is the conclusion. In this final part, you summarize the report and provide a closing remark or suggestion. This structure helps readers understand the event clearly and logically. Types of reports. Reports can generally be classified into 4 main categories. First are school reports, which describe activities that take place within the school. Second are event reports, which highlight events such as annual day celebrations, sports day, or science exhibitions. Third are media reports, written in a journalistic style to engage readers, often for magazines or newsletters. And finally, incident reports, which describe unexpected events and their outcomes. Understanding these categories helps you adapt your writing style to the situation. How reports are evaluated in exams. In examinations, report writing is usually evaluated based on 4 main criteria. First is the title, which must be present and relevant. Second is the reporter's name, or byline, which adds authenticity. Third is the content quality, meaning how clearly and effectively the event is explained. And fourth is expression, which includes grammar, vocabulary, and clarity of writing. A well-structured report that fulfills these criteria can easily score full marks. Understanding the exam question. Before writing a report, it is important to carefully analyze the exam prompt. For example, the question may assign you a specific role, such as a student reporter or club secretary. It will also describe an event, such as a fire accident or relief activity. The question usually specifies the word limit, often around 100 to 125 words, and tells you where the report will appear, such as in a school magazine. Understanding these details helps you organize your report effectively. Writing the header. The header of the report contains 3 essential elements. First is the title, which clearly states the topic of the report. Second is the byline, which includes the name and role of the writer. Third is the place and date, which establish the context and time of the event. These elements appear before the main body of the report and immediately provide essential information to the reader. Writing the body. The body of the report begins with a brief introduction. This introduction should answer the important questions: what happened, when it happened, where it happened, and why it happened. Next comes the details section, where you describe the event using clear facts and statistics. Finally, the report ends with a short conclusion, summarizing the outcome and leaving the reader with a clear understanding of the situation. A well-written body ensures that the report is informative and easy to follow. Golden rules for the exam. Always write the report in the past tense, because it describes an event that has already happened. Never forget to include the title and byline, as they are essential parts of the format. Make sure the body answers the key questions: who, what, where, when, and why. Include clear facts or statistics whenever possible. And finally, write neatly and clearly to ensure good marks for both accuracy and presentation.
Thank you for watching. See you again in a bit.